The last time we spoke, we'd previously agreed for me to use a few sentences of yours to make an animation. I told you the reason I made it was because we'd done our interview maybe a week earlier and hadn't done the animation for about 6 months. So I was like, I need something to practice on. You asked me not to be too identifiable, so that was something I had in my mind. It was also my intention not to make any sort of comment about autism. But I think while it wasn't explicitly in reference to the idea of autism, it took place in the context of discussing autism. Looking back, how can it possibly not be affected by the 2-hour conversation we'd had? Should we watch it again before?
Yeah. We're not these rational souls that kind of inhabit these flesh puppets. We're monkeys that have developed language. Representation is a strange thing. There's no neutral way to represent someone. You've spent vastly more time thinking about this than I have, so what can I contribute?
Well, I think you have a legitimate position as an autistic person who has been represented by me.
Some of your work verges on grotesque caricatures, so I wouldn't say that was grotesque.
No. Oh, okay, well that's good.
Was that the intention?
No, it wasn't at all. When I was speaking to my supervisor the other day, I told him about this little clip that I made before I started the PhD. And he was like, oh, it's funny. I mean, when I watch it now, first thing I thought when I looked at that character design was, he looks like an alien.
Well, there is, I mean, that metaphor is used a bit, and maybe, yeah, I didn't think alien. I thought gangly bald guy.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought as well. Let's say I did unconsciously represent you as an alien. How do you feel about that?
Maybe, I don't know, maybe I unconsciously want to enter your body through your pores and then germinate a copy of myself in your belly and burst out of you.
Is there? Well, I'm definitely leading you in this conversation, so.
Yeah, and I'm
you don't want to
deliberately being a little.
Well, I mean, is it because I'm being too sensitive? I'm being too cautious, too paranoid about representation?
Well, I mean, it didn't occur to me. It is a. I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I might have been called alien in the playground a few times actually. When I was very young.
What I'm trying to do is work out whether I've done a bad job or a good job, or I shouldn't worry so much.
Well, I guess in the context of your research, it's food for thought. In the context of you just doing an animation exercise, I don't know. I didn't feel misrepresented. And in some levels, I kind of enjoy that meme being out there now.
I think it is a little bit masochistic. I really want to be told that I'm wrong and learn from that. And it doesn't seem like it's happening in this meeting between us.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there's people you can pay to do that. But if you were trying to get me to sort of lambast you, I don't think it worked.
No.
I didn't feel like, oh God, I've given up some sort of agency. Although, in some ways I had.
I can't access your perceptions or your experience, and you can't tell me how your differences differ from mine, because you can't know what my experiences and other people's experiences are. So all we're left with is fragments of knowledge that can be spat out through language. I can't see how you see things, but that's what I'm trying to do.
I mean, in some ways I'm starting to grasp the masochism, because you're setting yourself a very, very difficult task, and one at which you will, if you think in absolute terms, fail.
Well, I think my research is to prove that it's a failure, but they're all failures. All of documentaries are failures, and that's okay, because if we're not careful, we assume they're not failures. We assume they are accurate representations. We assume they are objective truths. And I think animation does a really good job of exposing how subjective it all is.
Yeah, the artifice it's right there. There is moral value in trying to help people understand each other better, because that's a very difficult thing. We seem as a species to make people other, and I mean, I definitely, when I was younger, had noticeable behavioural problems, and I would just ignore other kids in the playground, and I didn't intuitively pick up how to have a normal conversation. For me, it's a diagnostic label that I've used to make peace with some of the mistakes I've made in the past, and to not give myself a hard time about some of the things I find difficult. But if you can tease out somewhere between the black and white and the interstices of the stereotype, and try to sincerely shape it in a way that better represents their experience, that's what I think might be valuable.
Okay, so you've seen the film, which I've called Drawing on Autism, and there's various representations of you and me in it. What do you think I represented you well? Do you think it feels like you?
Does it feel like... Yeah, that's the sort of question I find difficult to answer. Does it feel like you? I mean, the literal reading of that, does it have a similar texture to your body? Which is obviously not. And then, does it feel like me, how I feel at this particular moment? Me as a collection of human activity over 30 years. Or me, how I like to think of my narrative of myself.
I know a lot of it is not really about you, because we talk about my methods so much, which was very helpful. But I just wonder if you feel like any of it's you.
I guess it's psychologically tricky, because as we sort of grow up, we have to be able to distinguish between what's us and what is not us. But when it comes to some sort of piece of art or media artifact, or, you know, someone might say, oh, this song is very me, or this item of clothing is... All these experiences just seem so disparate and hard to sum up.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. I mean, I think you just have quite impressive capacity for abstract thought. No, but so much so it's quite hard to answer what I would have thought was a simple question. It's like, does that feel like you? Yeah, a bit. Some bits are wrong. That's what I would have said. But that's because I'm simulating in my mind what I think you're going to say, and then I'm wrong. And that is the main dilemma in this project.
That's... Well, I mean, I guess I'm kind of glad that you're not capable to fully put yourself in my shoes. So, yeah.
I'm pretty happy with everything we've got.
Okay.
Should we stop?
Yep.
Okay.